All right, today is Thursday, August 7th, 2014. It's 11:36, and this is a trade log update for LinkedIn where we're going to do an option adjustment. We entered a vertical spread back on August 1st, selling the August 205 calls and buying the 210 calls. Now, these are the weekly options. They now only have 1 day left to expiration. Today's Thursday. Now this is a bearish trade. You can see the risk-reward graph. Anywhere below 205 and change makes that vertical trade profitable. You can see that the black dot now is smack in the middle of this trade, and the average true range on LinkedIn is about anywhere $3 to $5 a day. So this morning, as the market looked like it wants to go up, we've gone ahead and made some adjustments. And so first, let's look at the chart. Here's LinkedIn, and you can see that I went ahead and copied the resistance line right here. This is on a 30-minute chart. You can see we've got ourselves a flag pattern. We had a gap up, and I was looking for us to fill the gap after earnings. And I sold the resistance of 205, buying the 210 as protection. We're now trading right in the middle of that range, 207. So what to do with 1 day left? I go ahead and turn this vertical trade into a butterfly. So how did I do that? Well, I went ahead and initially I had bought 10 of the 210 calls for protection, selling 10 of the 205 calls, and this is with OptionVue here showing me I have 1 day left until expiration. What I did was I went ahead and I bought 10 of the 200 calls, and I sold 10 of the 205s, giving me a butterfly trade. Now take a look. Down here on the bottom, the maintenance requirements for this trade with the butterfly is $3,630. If I go back to my trade that initially I put on, $4,380. So if I superimpose those, you can see that right away by putting on the butterfly, I've eliminated about almost $1,000, well, 36 versus 43, about $700, $760 of risk I've taken off. Now, what have I given up? I've given up, if LinkedIn is to start to go down, I would have had my maximum profit of $655. At this point, I've moved my break-even point from 205.68 to 206.41. So I have a little bit more leeway for my break-even point, and technically this is at expiration. So here, notice that the slope, not only is the slope of my loss by putting on the butterfly, the slope of my loss is less dramatic. The vega is less dramatic. So now I'm only losing 2,500, 2,800 instead of that steep slide of losing 3,000, 3,400. So I've slowed down my loss, and effectively the new trade that I put on looks like this. Okay, because I put on another vertical just going in the opposite direction by buying the 200 and selling more of the 205s, effectively giving me the butterfly. There's the pyramid of the butterfly. So what I'm doing now is I'm watching if LinkedIn was to start to move up towards 210, which is the resistance level. I would probably start to look to exit the trade, expecting that that 210 resistance level is going to hold. At that point, I'll be able to go ahead and put $258 of profit into the trade, hoping that at that point there'll be a move back down, because with options expiration, you usually get some type of a swing. And if we could go ahead and move back down, then the original vertical trade that I had could potentially still give me, and this is during the day tomorrow, another $200 or so of profit. Now, as we get closer to expiration on Friday afternoon, we eventually come up to the expiration values where there's no longer any time premium. And there is a possibility, because we're somewhat close right now, this black dot represents current price. So there is a possibility that we could swing to the one side, and I might be able to get a maximum profit of 700 towards the end of the day tomorrow, or sometime during the day. And if we do get a swing reversing back, I may be able to get maximum profit on the other side of the vertical. So what we have here is not just a pretty picture. That is the trade adjustment going from what the existing trade was to this. And so that's the trade. That's the trade adjustment on the options. And stay tuned for more Traders Education Network videos. At TradersEducationNetwork.com's website, you click on the top banner over here or the banner on the side, and you can fill out the survey form, and I will be in touch with you if you're interested in private coaching and mentoring. It takes a while to load up. Just give it a moment. And if you're interested, and if you like that OptionVue software, they only typically give a 14-day trial, but I have an arrangement with them. I am an affiliate. I'm a product of the product. I use it, and I encourage option traders, if you're serious about learning how to use options and trading professionally, go ahead and get yourself a 30-day free trial, and I can even walk you through how to use that software. All right? So if you click on that link over here, you'll get a 30-day trial. So with that, everybody, good trading. Have yourself a good trading day. This is Jerry First with Traders Education Network with a trade log update with an adjustment, turning a vertical spread into a butterfly with 1 day left before expiration. All right, everybody, over and out.